tama ba yung information ko na halos lahat ng IPs ay mga magsasaka? Tama ba?
Yes, majority probably. Oh, yes. Kasi lahat naman sila yung situation ng ancestral domain is talagang farm, either farming or fishing area. So most of them, and you can see probably 80 to 90% are farmers.
So from ano yung implikasyon nun kung bakit sila tinarget? Does it have anything to do with them being targeted by the CPP, NPA, NDF?
Yes, siguro dahil sa daming issue ng mga farmers, especially sa issue ng land. Because the issue, the CPP, NPA, NDF, main point of radicalization and recruitment, especially in Mindanao, is the land issue. Back then, kung nagkakaroon ng pag-agaw ng lupa sa kanila at hindi pagbibigay ng titulo. Even during the time dito sa Cordillera, I think it has something to do with the land also. There's a protection of the environment, yung pagtatayo noon ni President Marcos ng dam, ng Chico River, sa may Chico River, mga ganyan. So I think that in the heart of all this issue is about respect to land ownership.
Help me understand, Attorney, sa pananaw ng mga kapatid nating katutubo, ano ang ibig sabihin ng lupa, ng ancestral domain? Kasi sa pag hindi ka katutubo, ibang-iba yung perspective mo diyan eh, 'di ba? So help us understand.
Yes, kung sa private individual na halimbawa mga non-IPs, ang treatment kay sa lupa is private property. It could be sold, disposed, mga ganyan. Pwede mo siyang i-trade, no? A trade for commerce. Ang ancestral domain kasi has a very special definition even under the law. It recognize yung yung cultural and spiritual bond of the people to the land, yung cultural aspirations ng mga tao na nakabaon sa lupa, that is part of the definition. That's why, kung mag-a-apply ng lupa ang isang katutubo, hindi mo lang ina-apply yung lupa actually. Which is, for example, sa ordinary citizen, lupa lang ina-applyan mo. But for IP, you can actually apply ownership to the trees, to the rivers, to the foreshore, to the parts of the sea. Nagkakaroon kayo ng activities, or to the whole forest. Because it recognizes yung relationship mo with the land. Kasi ngayon, kung halimbawa non-IP ka, hindi mo pwedeng applyan ang river because that is a patrimonial property, meaning a property of the state. But ang IP can claim ownership to that as an exemption to that tinatawag natin Regalian Doctrine. So, that is quite special, no? Pero naman ang kaakibat niyang responsibility, yung tinatawag natin generational responsibility is that the IPs cannot sell, donate, or dispose of their land. So while you have these privileges, there is a concomitant heavy responsibility of protecting that ancestral domain for the next generation.
And as a result, no, from my relationship with the IPs, from what I've seen, they have a very special relationship with nature. No? They're they're natural environmentalists. And in fact, ang Pilipinas, ang bansa natin, napakalaki ng utang sa ating mga kapatid na katutubo sa pag-alaga nila sa ating sa kalikasan. Pero ganun pa rin, no? Because of that definition, Attorney, maraming problema.
Yes.
Napakaraming problema kasi a lot of stakeholders will not agree.
Yes,
like for instance, the mining industry, the DENR even, 'di ba? So they've had to go through a lot of grief because of this as a people na pinaglalaban nila yung kanilang ancestral domain at saka yung pagkakaintindi nila, no? And then so maybe you can at least tell our people how that happens, no? Ano yung sitwasyon? Ano yung challenge?
Ngayon kasi, there's so many laws na nagbabanggaan doon sa tinatawag nating Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act of 1997. It's a very new law. 20 pa lang siya, ilan ba siya? Magto-26 pa lang, magto-27 pa lang in existence. And then the other laws like the laws of DENR or the Philippine Mining Act of 1995, yung mga ibang laws kasi nag-exist siya since during the American time or even some laws of the Spanish time. So nagbabanggaan talaga siya. Ngayon pa lang natin kasi na-assert yung land ownership, yung rights ng mga IPs. So there's a lot of confusion with regard to law. Halimbawa, punta ka ng DENR, sabi na ito yung batas namin, sabi ng IP, ito yung batas namin. In that kind of setting pa lang, kita mo talo ng IP. Why? Because the one asserting has no resources, trying to gain access to resources. Pero yung government, DNR, for example, kasama mo dyan ang mga investors, kasama mo dyan ang mga sa mining or kung sino man yung nasa likod niyan, di ba? Kasama mo dyan ang the presence of the government. So, nagkakaroon ng imbalance.
Plus, attorney, sa DENR, there's also corruption. And the sad part is, ang binabantayan nila ay yung interest ng mayayaman, no? I'm not saying this happened only now. It's been going on for a very long time na inaapi ang ating mga katutubo, no?
Yes. Kasi kung okay naman yung pag-implement sa rules and regulations ng DNR, I do not see a lot of abuses. But the point is, well, I have to give a shout out because I had the opportunity to work with good people from DNR.
Yes,
But they have
yes.
to admit themselves, sila mismo, they have to admit themselves that there's a lot of problem emanating from their office.
Yeah. And those injustices, because they came from the government, ginamit na mitya ng CPP, NPA, NDF.
Yes,
diba?
basically, yes.
Yeah,
Yan yung
yes.
battle cry ng mga CPP, especially sa South, na andyan yung gobyerno na aagawin yung lupa nyo kasi lalagyan ng CLOA, lalagyan ng patent, at hindi i-respeto yung kanyang land ownership as IPs, no? So that happened and was actually one of the major reasons as to why there's a lot of IPs that joined the CPP, NPA, NDF, especially in the 80s, 90s, and early parts of 2000.
And then what happened because of that, attorney? Because they joined the CPP, NPA, and the vast majority of the IPs naging NPA. What happened to our IPs?
Kaya nagkakaroon ng encounter, sino unang namamatay?
Yeah.
Mga ganyan. Unang natatamaan na malagyan ng mga tinatawag nilang revolutionary highway, hindi nagkakaroon ng peace in order pag may pumapasok na development na susunog yung mga equipments. So the areas where the presence where you feel the presence of the CPP, NPA, NDF nagkakaroon ng underdevelopment because of sino mag-invest naman sa area na punong-puno ng violence, di ba? Sinong mag-invest ka doon kung yung maliit na sari-sari store mo palang lalagyan pa ng revolutionary tax, no?
Yeah.
Pag aakyat yung bulldozer, sunog yung bulldozer kung hindi ka magbibigay ng tax, no? Tinatawag lang tax pero mga extortion racket ng CPP, NPA, NDF. But what's good thing about right now, especially during the time of Duterte, when we were there, no? There was a lot of surrenders from the IP communities. At sila mismo ang lumalaban para sa kanilang communities, asserting their own rights, coming from the ranks. Kaya sabi nila na, they now understand that there's a law for them, the IPRA law.